Hey everyone, I'm doing my John Maxwell today and I'm using a leader's heart for the reflection. Today's message is from 1 Timothy 3:13. Those who have served will gain an excellent standing. So the title for today is A Standard of Excellence. The word competent sometimes gets used as adequate or average, and that's not what it's meant to be. When we talk about the quality of competence, we want to be talking about excellence, and we want to be talking about something being complete, about wholeness. Competent members of a team have everything that they need to perform a job and to do it well. People who are highly competent have some things in common. So there's 4 things that I'm going to talk about. The first one is they are committed to excellence. The second one is they never settle for average. The third, they pay attention to detail. And the fourth, they perform consistently. So when you're committed to excellence, you always want to be improving. You always want to be getting better at your craft, your skill, what you're doing, even with your cooking and baking. And if you're striving for excellence, you're always going to try to be a little better each time that you do something with your work, with your speaking, with your performing. You're always going to try to be a little better each time. John Johnson in Christian Excellence writes, "Success bases our worth on comparison with others. Excellence gauges our value by measuring us against our own potential." And then you never settle for average. If you settle for average, you're not going to get those awards of Employee of the Month. You're not going to get to see some of the best things in the world, whether it's musicians or exhibitions or going out to a play. You're never going to accomplish what you need to accomplish because you're settling for average. And you're going to say to yourself, well, as long as I did it, it's okay. But you have to strive for excellence. You don't want to be mediocre and be halfway up the mountain. You want to get to the top of the mountain and say, well, if it's lonely at the top of the mountain, it's a good kind of loneliness, like Elvis Presley said. You don't want to be settling for being average or being mediocre. And when you find your skills, when you find your strengths, your talents, and you find the right fit, you will be able to perform well. The third thing is paying attention to detail. Dale Carnegie said, if you do little jobs well, the big ones tend to take care of themselves. And that's true. If you pay attention to the small things, the bigger things fall into place. If you don't pay attention to the small things, the bigger things don't happen. You have to have the small things taken care of first, and then the bigger things can fall into place. For example, if you are planning to become a world-class speaker, you don't just go out and start speaking. You take the training, you prepare yourself, you read good books, you start somewhere small. For me, I read in the church sometimes. I'm now using my social media platforms to engage audiences, to take the message out of my John Maxwell speaking and how I'm building leaders. But I don't start big. I don't go and book a room at the Air Canada Centre and say, I'm having an event. Who's going to come to my event? Nobody's going to come because they don't know me. You have to start small, build your audience, and then once people get to know you and they see how good you are, then you can start booking live events, you can book rooms, you can take your skills out to companies, and then you can get paid engagements. And the fourth point, they perform consistently. Highly competent people give their best all the time. And if we are not performing at our best, if we need to rest, if we need vacations, if we need time out, if we need a bit of accommodation, we ask for it. It doesn't mean we always get it, but we take care of our minds, we take care of our bodies, we take care of ourselves, and we take care of our teams. If you see a team member struggling and you don't help, that's ultimately going to affect your team, and then it's going to affect the company, and then that affects the economy. In the end, it fails because you didn't take care of one person. So taking care of one person is important. There's an example in here. If 99.9% were good enough, then 811,000 faulty rolls of 35 millimeter film would be loaded this year. 22,000 checks would be deducted from wrong bank accounts in the next 60 minutes, and 12 babies would be given to the wrong parents today alone. So it's important that we pay attention to the details, whether it's in our homes or our banks or our communities. It matters, because that impact that you have on that one person could make or break their day. And that's true in whatever work we're doing, whether we're doing it in customer service, or we're doing it in HR, or we're doing it as medical professions. It matters, because we are here to make a difference, and we are here to keep a standard of excellence for ourselves, because you can't raise up people higher than to the level you're at. In the Maxwell team, we call that the law of the lid. If your lid is here and you're trying to raise people up to the next level, you're not going to get there because you don't have the skills to do it. So those are the points for today. And the message you can reflect on is, how are you a competent team player? When you think of your team, when you think of your organization, that's the way you can reflect on it. I hope it helps you. And I hope you're able to take something out from the scripture and from the message and use it for today. Again, it's those who have served well will gain an excellent standing. 1 Timothy 3:13. There's different versions. This one says those who have served will gain an excellent standing. So it's important to strive for that level of excellence in whatever we're doing. Doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes when I practice my piano or my singing, or even in my baking or cooking, but I still strive for that level of excellence, and that's why I win Employee of the Month. That's why I get selected to represent people. That's why I get opportunities given to me, because I don't go out saying, I'm just going to do whatever I can and do a mediocre job. And if you don't like it, that's tough. That's not the way to succeed.